All of these tips will apply to you no matter what kind of a relationship you're in, but especially if you're in that in-between place between marriage and just dating. You've been dating for a long time, but it hasn't quite moved to maybe living together yet, then it will especially apply. So let's say you're a man and your female partner decides she's going to have a girls' night out and maybe even spend the night somewhere at a girlfriend's house or at an Airbnb or at a hotel. As innocent as that may sound to a lot of you guys, it sounds like a red flag to many others because what's going to be happening? And this is so polarizing. Everybody looks at this so differently. Some men might not tolerate it at all and think it's a complete red flag and it's unacceptable, and going to Vegas or a yacht party or a Playboy mansion or some sort of concert with just the girls might be inappropriate. And other men might feel that this is completely normal and totally fine. I love and trust my wife. She's coming home to me, and that's great as well. But there are some things to look for in how the communication goes. If you both don't text very much and she doesn't text you very much when she's away, that sounds about right. If you both text incessantly, and then every time she goes away, the texting completely drops off, and I'm not suggesting that she needs to give you her every move or tell you where she's at, but she becomes hard to reach when you otherwise know, especially if you guys have kids together, when you otherwise know that she's completely available. Now, if you have agreed upon everyone needs some time to turn off, as soon as I leave the house, babe, I'm going to completely shut off my phone and totally ignore you for 3 days straight. If you guys like that sort of thing, more power to you, but most people do not. What usually happens is women have a default behavior. Oh, I'm going away. I don't need to communicate anymore. Or men do that as well. And then it becomes very difficult to get in touch with your partner. Say you need something. Again, if you have children or you have to ask your wife a question, she's not answering her phone. It's been 2 or 3 hours. When that delay happens, it creates a lot of unneeded jealousy, concern, insecurity, worry. It makes the person who's calling, the person on the trip, seem needy, insecure, controlling even if they need to say, hey, what's going on? I need to talk to you for a second, or hey, call me, I got to ask you something, that sort of thing. So having a conversation about what kind of communication you're going to have, I think is extremely important. All right, another red flag that I very much dislike is, let's say you're dating and she goes to a girlfriend's house, whatever it is, to spend the night, and you guys are going to get together the next day. Usually, a woman will very carefully leave it open-ended. Let's say she's leaving on Saturday and you guys will get together Sunday. She's leaving on Friday, you get together Saturday. Let's talk when I'm back in town. Let's see how it goes. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know about you, but I've always been a very accountable man. It's very easy for me to give a window. It's like, it's not going to be, well, maybe in the morning and maybe at midnight and maybe the next day, and I just have no idea because I'm so out of control with what's going on. You have an idea. And if you value your relationship with your partner, it's really good to give them a specific time. Now, if things are healthy in your relationship, you guys are having regular sex, she's attracted to you, things are good, and you start to feel a little bit deprioritized when she goes on these trips, it's worth taking note of that. It could be the beginning of the end. I've seen that a lot, especially if you guys have plans that next day. She could be at her girlfriend's house, scrolling on Instagram, watching a movie that no one's paying attention to, just hanging out and being with her girls, and doesn't want to be the one who leaves first, or doesn't want to seem like she's trying to get away to be with her man, or she wants to show how independent she is, or any number of reasons why she'll put you suddenly on the back burner. But when she's here, she wants your attention. She wants you to pick up the phone. She wants to be with you. She wants to, it becomes a little weird. So a lot of times what women will do is they'll spend the entire day out and about and then not bother to call you until late at night. And then if you're like, oh, I want to go to dinner, or do you want to come over? Let's get together. Or they want to come see you. Now they're exhausted, fussy, cranky, difficult to be with, maybe just want to go to bed, not sure they want to get together at all, but she's doing it anyway. And there might even be arguments and fights that she picks in this kind of situation as well. This is really ugly, especially if you're like, hey, what time are you getting back? What time are you getting back? You start sounding again sort of controlling and bossy when you're just trying to have an idea of when to plan the night or the dinner. So my recommendation to you is, if you're a man, never make plans with a woman. If you're okay with her having these trips and you do feel trust and everything is okay, never make plans with her the next day, because it's very likely that she's going to delay, and then be exhausted. If this kind of behavior continues to happen, I do think it does take a toll on your relationship, because it might seem like things are fine, but every time she goes away, as if we don't know what happens, any number of things can happen. Inappropriate dancing. What does that mean? Is it okay in your relationship to twerk and grind, and she's wearing a thong and a G-string and she's like rubbing up against someone from behind? Late night alcoholism, drugs, crazy partying, other men who you didn't know wouldn't be there, now suddenly are there in the mix. All of these things can contribute to a lot of discomfort for you and your partner and might be construed as cheating. Third thing to look out for is a really simple one, and it only comes into play if your wife or partner is a very lengthy texter or texts you constantly. But then when they're gone or out of town, all of a sudden, it's like there's a contest to see who can like shorten the text message down to like the most abbreviated, tiny response, like, hey, yeah, can't, busy, nope, yep. All of this, to me, total red flags, because in today's day and age, our phones are not only in our nearby and not only in our car or in our purses, or it's like they're in our hands at any given moment. And so responding really is easy unless you are glued to a conversation, you're in a movie, there are situations. So I think asking for more positive communication is okay. And then finally, like it or not, we live in a world where women do want to be taken out. Women love to, there's expressions. They want to feel like a lady. They want to feel like a woman. They want you to be a gentleman. They want to be appreciated and desired. And one of the ways that they feel that men can do this, or people can do this, is by buying them things and taking them out and buying them dinner and taking them places, this sort of thing. So that's all fine and good. And you might even buy into this paradigm. But how is the person who expects you to take them out and do all these things, how are they behaving at the dinner table and before and after? Which category do they fall in? Is she present, making eye contact, touching you, connecting, loving, flirting, kissing, playing, talking about things that they're excited about? Or is she over here, bored, distant, on social media, taking pictures, looking at her phone, responding to texts and DMs, talking only about herself, looking aloof and bored if you're talking? What's the point of being chivalrous and being a generous, kind man and taking her out if all of these things are happening and you're buying her time and she doesn't even show you the respect or the courtesy of being present with you? So if you're dating someone, I would probably say not such a good idea to stay in a relationship with someone like that if it's constantly happening that way. If this is a first, second, or third date, you kind of want to figure those things out before you're going out to really expensive meals and trips and doing all these things on your dates, because once you're there, it's kind of hard. It's a little weird to make a reservation for a nice place, sit down, get things ordered, and then you notice this behavior and then you have to sort of endure it. Regardless of the price, enduring it is not fun at all. And so I would strongly recommend first, second, third dates. You're taking someone somewhere that's like, doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, especially if you aren't doing so well financially, especially if you're just getting started, you're in your 20s or 30s, whatever it is. Pick some place that's fun. Parks, walks, coffee, these sorts of things. Now, that will eliminate a certain kind of woman. Some women think that if you can't pay for her and you can't buy her attention, then you're not worthy of her time. But you may not be the kind of person who cares about that sort of thing anyway. All right, those are a few fun tips for dating. I know I don't usually talk about that stuff. It's usually more relationship-oriented and sex-oriented. So let me know what you think in the comments. My name's Tari from Closeness. Have a great day.